Good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, December 29th. Happy New Year, boys.
Happy New Year, man. Not yet, but Happy New Year.
Happy New Year,
We're celebrating
guys.
today.
I was
Tom's already
driving in my
celebrating.
car. Yeah, I'm celebrating. I was driving in my car. I actually thought I was listening to a podcast and didn't answer there. I
You
thought,
were
yeah, that's a
listening
good
to a
opening we
podcast.
have.
Anthony thought he was in a dream. I tell you, I mean, you don't know what's going on here this morning.
I tell you what, it was a lot lighter here, and then the show starts, and all of a sudden, it's like I'm in a closet.
You're like the angel. Every so often, a big bright light pops up, and then you go back, and there you are. It's okay. We love you. We love you, Anth. It's good to see you. Good morning, everyone. Last show of 2023. Gonna wrap it up. Anthony will be busy all day today putting together the best of show. I'm sure that will be out soon enough, Mr. Editor, I would assume.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, but can't believe it. 96 episodes this year. Held it strong. Gonna finish up with a great topic. We're going to talk about VA loans. I've heard a lot of agents hit me up over the last couple months referring to a lot of different lenders that have fancy names that make them sound like they may be part of the VA or they may be part of the government. And frankly, they're not. And we got to get that misconception killed because, frankly, I think West Penn's VA loan is one of the best options out there. We got to get the news to the people.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I don't think there's a better loan for a better group of people.
Yeah, absolutely. But for some reason, these big national companies that either have, the word veterans or America or something of that nature in their name, everyone thinks that they're literally associated with the VA, and that's the only place they can go for their loan. And I believe, Anth, I don't want to talk out of my butt here, but I believe one of those companies has a lawsuit because they were pretty much deceptive to veterans.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, you can't act like you're the VA when you're not the VA. So that's not a good thing.
Yeah, so I mean, to my knowledge, there is no official VA associated lender. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. So you're saying that the VA loan that you go to West Penn Financial and get is the same VA loan if you go to one of those big national lenders with one of their fancy names, huh?
I am.
Yep. And the biggest difference is cost. And here at West Penn Financial, we actually do support and love our veterans. And we're not trying to make as much as we can off of veterans. We understand that, hey, they fought for our freedom. There's a reason that they're able to get the VA loan. And right now, our VA funding fee is only $500. Our VA interest rate, 6.125. That's with an APR of 6.379. 6.125 with a funding fee of $500. Please show me an estimate from another lender that has that great option for VA. I find it hard, Anthony. I find it hard that we're going to get beat on a VA.
I'd have to say it's going to be very rare. I mean, some of these fees we see on these second looks are pretty astronomical. And to put it in perspective, I mean, I've done a few, over the past couple of weeks. One was $3,500 just for a lender fee. It's crazy. There's no reason for that. But the shameful thing is, they're acting as if they are part of the VA, and people don't know any better. So we got to educate. That is too high in fees.
Way too high. Way too high. That you have to get a second look. That's why we are up here yelling from the mountaintops. Some of these national lenders do not care about your clients. I don't know what to tell you. They're here to make as much money as possible so they can throw some fancy parties or they can have some fancy TV commercials. Where do you think all that money comes from? That comes from the buyers that are using them. So if you're a veteran, if you work with veterans, please, oh, please don't have them only go to one place to get their VA pre-approval. They got to go to a couple places. Hopefully West Penn is one of them. Getting over the fees and the rates. Part of what makes us awesome as well on the VA side, I think we're super unique. And Tom, you can even jump in here, is our head underwriter is also a VA approved underwriter. And it just so happens her son is in the military. So, I mean, win, 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 win. Dina, she's amazing. We all love her. God bless her. She's in our office. She's not in Texas. Any VA question, any VA guideline, any VA income, she knows it like the back of her hand. And what a resource we have at West Penn, again, to help us with VA loans.
No doubt. She is the best. And the great thing about her on our side is, it doesn't even have to get to the point where there's a deal to try to figure something out. We could go to her on the pre-approval, make sure everything is good before the deal even starts, or the real estate agent showed houses and that person may not be approved. So having a VA underwriter on our direct team and being the head of ops at West Penn is game changer and huge.
It really is. I can't stress how much it helps the VA process. And also, she goes to bat against the VA in some cases. When it comes to the appraisal, the VA appraisal process, I would say, is the most unique, right, Anth? Because the VA picks the appraiser. So you put it into the VA portal, and then there's only so many underwriters. There's only so many appraisers that are VA approved. So that is the one unique part about the VA aspect, is the appraisal going through the VA only. Now, it doesn't really slow up the process. We're still getting VA appraisals back in those 10 business days. It's just, you're not really fighting with the VA when it comes back on something. You can try to put it through the Tidewater and see if we can get a renegotiation of price, but usually those VA appraisals are what they are.
Yeah, and they are strict as well. I mean, nothing too out of the ordinary that we don't see on any normal government loan, but those are the things, I know we've touched on the appraisals with FHA loans and government loans, but they would fall under that bucket with some of the repair items as well.
Absolutely. And the reason, we have to look at this from a veteran's perspective. The VA is here to protect the veteran the best they can. So they're making sure there is no health and safety issues on that home. There's no concerns before that veteran's moving into it. So on the real estate side, the appraisal issue may be kind of looked at as an annoying part of the process, but if for the buyer and for the veteran, it's very useful to have that strict appraisal so they know that the home they're getting is up to par. And remember, those VA loans, that is 0% down, no monthly mortgage insurance, and depending if you have a funding fee or not, there may be a VA funding fee, there may not. That's specific to the veteran and their certificate of eligibility that will get straight through the VA. But it is a great program. If you're a veteran, if you know anyone that's a veteran, this is one of the best advantages you get for fighting for our country. It is a great program, and there's really, you hear about 0% down, low interest rates. Where's the catch, right? The catch is you fought for our country, and there is no catch that I can find. Anth, do you agree?
No, definitely not. It's somebody's buying.
You don't agree?
I definitely agree.
No, I'm just playing with you.
If somebody's buying a house and they're getting a mortgage and they're qualified for a VA home loan, that's the best program they can actually that they can actually get. So, and they can get all their closing costs paid for by the seller, if they ask for seller's assistance. So that's a great part of it as well.
Absolutely. I think all of us sitting on this screen right now has had buyers that were veterans at closing that got money back at closing, because you can actually get your hand money back in some cases at closing, sometimes even that appraisal fee where the seller paid for enough for the closing costs, you bought a house and you got a check. I mean, think of that scenario for a second. That's pretty darn good for everyone all around. Before we finish up here, Tom, where are you headed this New Year's weekend?
Well, I love speaking about our veterans. I'm headed to Chirac, so it's going to be a good time. We're going up to see Natalie's friends up there north of the city. So we won't actually be in downtown Chicago for New Year's, but we will be heading north of the city in the suburbs.
That's good, because I just saw their mayor say the city's about to collapse. This may surprise you. You can't have unlimited illegal immigration and it not affect major cities. So we won't get too political, but surprising to no one that major cities are starting to fail under the stress of illegal immigration.
Yep. I saw that New York's failing as well, because they have a little over 300,000 immigrants this year come up there. So
it's
a problem.
New York is no longer allowing the buses into the city. They're trying to stop it that way. So pretty crazy. Be safe out there on the road, Tom. It seems like you got up pretty early. How's your passenger doing on her road trip?
She's doing well.
Yeah.
Wait, you talking about Natalie or the dog?
I assume Natalie was doing okay. I was more concerned about Belle on her road trip.
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant too. Belle's doing great. She's actually just sleeping back there. She's been laying down the entire time. Let's see if Natalie can help me out and give a little peek of the good girl.
Look at her. Man, she's got VIP back there. Hi, Belly.
We made her a king bed, so yeah, all is well. So we are gonna go up to Chirac. I have a taser, no ammunition, so we're gonna go with that.
Okay, beautiful. Ants, what do old people do on New Year's Eve these days?
You know what? We just hang out with some friends, man, and bang some pots and pans and all that good stuff.
Gotcha.
We do it for the kids, man.
Hey, I wasn't asking what you were doing after the balls drop, but okay, banging pots and pans.
Do it for the kids,
All right, cool.
What about
you're in Shaler.
Host?
Get ready for pots and pans at midnight from the La Pera residence.
What are you doing, host?
What am I doing? The domestic
Penn
partner.
State tomorrow? Penn State game tomorrow?
Possibly the Peach Bowl tomorrow. And then New Year's Eve, the domestic partner works at the hospital. So it's going to be, I would say, a Call of Duty night for me.
Nothing wrong with that. Bad by 10.
There you go. All right, Thomas, be safe. Anthony,
See you, buddy.
talk to you guys later.
See you guys.